Buenas tardes a todos, bienvenidos de nuevo a nuestro nuevo live. En esta oportunidad vamos a tener un invitado muy especial, un joven que vive en Inglaterra y es venezolano y tiene un maravilloso emprendimiento, habla varios idiomas y bueno, es un placer para Amankayhowto tenerlo en este live. Queremos darle las gracias a Kohaku Teikoku. Kohaku Teikoku es una tienda online de cactus y suculentas. Espectacular para un cumpleaños, espectacular para un regalo. Entonces, contáctelo a través de sus redes sociales. También queremos darle la gracia a Tareas Online, trabajos y tareas online, Tom. Ellos son especialistas en ayudarte en cualquier tarea. También agradecemos a Bodegón Emuná. Bodegón Emuná se encuentra en Venezuela, en el estado de Aragua. Y también agradecemos a Distribuidora AIJ. Distribuidora AIJ. Distribuyen toda clase de alimentos. Pueden llevarte un delivery. Ellos se encuentran en Chile y bien atendidos por el señor Jimmy de Ternos. Entonces, queremos agradecer a todos ellos, igual a Diseños Heidi, quien todos ellos nos patrocinan. También a Viajes Nuevos Horizonte, y al cual tenemos el CEO hoy en línea. Vamos a invitarlo y a darle ingreso a nuestro amigo Roberto Díaz. Online today. So let me get you in. Let me get you in, Roberto.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, Roberto. How are you?
Fine. Yes.
It's a pleasure for Amankayhowto to have you here. It's so nice to see how people around the world, and mostly Venezuela, have an entrepreneurship, and they can have, different companies and try to succeed besides, all those problems that we have in our country, but we're trying to do our best to be successful. So I would like you please to tell about yourself. Who is Roberto Diaz?
Thank you for the first time. Thank you so much for inviting me this conference of this live session on Instagram. Sorry. And thank you so much for every person that joined us to this live session tonight. Roberto Diaz has 51, recently accomplished 51 years old. I'm a graduate on business administration. I'm an owner of the travel agency that this started in 2012, but is growing up from 1 year ago. This session is special for us, for all my people that are working with me as a working team on the travel agency. Like I told you, I'm a business graduate on business administration in Venezuela, in Nueva Esparta University. I have one daughter of 20 years old that she lives in Oxford, and one boy with 12 years old that he lives in Caracas. Okay.
So you have your family in Venezuela.
So all my relatives lives in Caracas. My son, my father's, they live in La Bollera in Caracas, and my sister live with them. Okay. I came here to the United Kingdom on December 2019. Okay. I have exactly 1 year and a half here working on a HelloFresh. HelloFresh is a company that provides to the people that buy online food, and we packing all the food in a boxes and send it by delivery like a Yodel, like a DHL, like any provider that delivers it to your front of your porch or the front of your door. Okay.
So that's interesting. That's interesting, that job.
Yeah. We work as a warehouse operative. Okay. It's a primary job. I have a contract with 1 year until the next January. It's better for me because I'm contract by this company. They pay pension, they pay holidays, they pay everything. You have all the benefits as a resident person because I'm resident here. I got all my settled status for 5 years. I got all the benefits on the NHS. I got everything, all the benefits as a resident or as a big people that live in here in the United Kingdom.
So you are not going back to Venezuela? I don't think so.
If I'm going back, I have to come back because I have family. I have my son, but only for now. All about this situation, not to talk more about this situation, but it's a bad situation right now in Venezuela, economic and
yes.
social. And here, I find stay established. Okay, I got my contract, I got my company, I got my life, I got my benefits. I'm protected by the health system of the British United Kingdom government. I have everything. I got my rented home. I got my all that I needed to live it well. Okay, that's it.
That's great. Roberto, one question. How did you learn to speak English? This is very nice. You know that you speak even Portuguese, correct?
Yeah.
But how did you speak English? How did you start in the learning process?
Okay, I think I have this goodwill, or some kind of gift from God to learn English or learn any language faster and easy for me. When I was a child, my relatives on my father come to England because we had some relatives living here. And every year we go into Portugal, but then we came to United Kingdom just a little, sometimes in a year. Okay. I start to listen to the radio, listen to the TV and the newspaper. When I arrived in 1990, when I had 20 years old after the college, my relatives pay for me a course for in a college that name is St. Giles College. Okay. When I arrived to the St. Giles College, they say we have 12 levels, but when they made me a test, they say you are in the level 8. I come in with a level 8 from Venezuela because I have a course before on the college and speak just a little bit well. Okay. I made the only 4 levels to the first certificate of Cambridge, that is the level 12, and I completed in 4 months. In 4 months,
goodness, that's amazing.
I speak with someone else, like I do it today. Okay, I released the course because I can defend of myself in any situation on the street. I can work. I had to do my life or by my own, speaking with someone else. That's it. That's why I learned Portuguese. I learned French. I studied French in the Alliance Française, in Caracas, and in Paris. Okay. I was living in Portugal. I was living in Madeira. I know everything about the Portuguese. I speak not only Portuguese from Portugal, and even Portuguese as Brazilian, because it's the same, it's different tongue. Okay.
Yes, they are different. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So Roberto, that's really interesting how by yourself you start learning English and other languages. That's really amazing. But let's try to say hello to everybody here. Oh, you have a lot of followers. So there are a lot of people here. Welcome to our live here. And we have a question. You guys can make a question to Roberto. Roberto, Somebody here, they says, let me see.
Okay, I sales, have a question. I have to say hello to Francisco Anglisano that is joining us with us. Giselle and Francia Machine that she studied with me on the college, and Gilberto Lopez that is studied with me in another section in the college. Okay, and Maciel she's from Colombia. Okay, the question is more, can you read it? It's more, if I learn
okay, English, I have one, okay?
By myself.
Tell me about what city have you visited? What city have you visited in England? Tell me about if you have going sightseeing, what is the best place that you like in England? And what places have you visited?
I've been in London. I've been in United Kingdom in a lot of places, between Scotland to the south, to the north, to the east. I know. I've been in Wales. I've been in Southampton. I've been in Cardiff. I've been in Aberdeen. I've been in Blackpool, Liverpool, Manchester. I travel a lot because I came in here when I had 5 years old. I came along. I know all London, like I live in Caracas. I know everything about London, Westminster Abbey, or the Big Ben, or the London Eye. Any attraction, I know to transport in the metro or by train to the south, to Dover, or cross about the river or to Paris. That's no problem for me. I know everything about Europe because I was living in Alicante. I was living in Lisbon, in Madeira Island. I know everything about Europe. From a long time ago, I traveled all around Europe. That's no...
Wow. I wish I can do that.
Now I'm living in Banbury, in Oxfordshire. That's why I work here on HelloFresh, that I work in this company. That they contract me to work here.
Okay, there's a question. Giselle, she said, is it hard to get used to England culture? Is it hard to get used to England culture?
No, it's not. It's not hard. It's right that you have to understand and know all about the culture. You have to rejoin with all the culture in England. The British people is very open-minded and very easy to, if they see that you talking English with someone else, that's no problem about the culture. No, you have to know all the history to understand how the English people living here in United Kingdom.
That's interesting. What's your favorite place in UK? It's a question that they ask you.
Okay.
Or which is your favorite place in UK?
London. My favorite place is London, all around London. When you're walking and you see the double-decker bus and you see all the history places like Westminster Abbey or the London Eye or the O2 Zone or all the historic architecture on the streets, I feel so much exciting because I love this city. Just for visit one day. Because for me, I think it's very expensive, London to cross for any station, or if you have to use the metro or the subway, it's so expensive and so rushed. Even it's a very good city and the capital of the United Kingdom, is a very rush. That's why I prefer to live in Banbury, because it's smaller and very quiet and more cheaper. But I really love the city as London.
That's great. Yes, I can imagine. You know, mostly people, they like to live in a city but it's not easy when you want to earn a little bit of money, or you try to find a place that is quiet, that you can concentrate.
Oh.
But one question that I have, Roberto, how did you manage, your work, okay? And also, how did you manage your entrepreneurship in the travel agency? And how did you manage your time to visit so many places?
You have to organize your life to working as a HelloFresh, and then when I'm out, I had to travel to working until 3 a.m. in the morning. This is a different with Caracas of 5 hours, yeah, and you had to watch all the your organization. But the main is that I have a working team. I have a Melissa that are working with me. I have a Genesis that is in Colombia and handling all the agency. He handling all the marketing, and he handling all the booking or reservations for the passengers on WhatsApp group that we have.
So you have a group.
Yeah, we have a group. I'm the CEO. I'm the owner, and all my working team has the same responsibilities and role inside the group. They contact the clients. They offer the quotation about any airfare or any way that he need to travel. And I see in the same way when I'm working, they stay there to support our operation. And then I will see on my WhatsApp. I know what they do, but you have to deliver some obligations, responsibility for a role from anyone inside the group.
Yes, you have to deliver them. You have to delegate.
You're working 5 or 7 days at HelloFresh, and you have 2 days off that you have to reorganizing your life about the other enterprise, my travel agency, Viajes Nuevo Horizonte, and then you have to organize your day off to travel to London or travel any place that you need to go.
That's a good recommendation. Maybe we have to organize our life. One question.
I'm very methodology. I'm very organized to get the right stuff. That's it.
Yeah, that's for sure. To have so many responsibilities, I guess so. Now they say, tell me, what is your favorite movie?
For all time, I love all the aviation. My best favorite movie from a long time ago is Top Gun. Top Gun. Yeah, that's my preferred romantic and for a good action in the air like Top Gun.
Yeah, I saw you in one picture where you were, in like a kind of airplane. That's interesting.
Yeah. I know some every fact. Even I study some of kind of aviation, but not complete. I know everything that is working on an airplane, even outside, even inside an airplane. I know to handle aviation.
Good. There's another question. What's your favorite food and drink in UK?
Sorry?
What's your favorite food and drink in UK?
Okay, but, for all people here, for the British people, they only eat fish and sheep. That's the favorite food for the British. But it's no longer mine. I prefer to eat a lamb or a rusty meat on the oven with some potatoes, because and the same way I'm a chef. I was chef in the past. I was cooking in New York. I was cooking in Alicante, but I prefer for the most is the Italian food. I'm an Italian food lover. Okay. in
So
the
you are
past.
an interesting man. So you were a pilot, you have your travel agency, you are a businessman, and also you are a chef. My
Yeah,
goodness, you are a box of
later
surprise.
I need someone run some time to try to different ways as a chef, as a travel agency, and doing my work in my life here in United Kingdom and working for HelloFresh. But you have to organize it like I told you 10 minutes ago.
Yes, of course. And I think, Venezuelan, we are used to that. We like to manage so many things in our hands and do so many things and keep ourselves busy. And, that's very used from Venezuelan to do that. Okay, MG Trey Nikiv, I don't know who's that, but she says, from Venezuela, we give you a lot of support. So they say, desde Venezuela te apoyamos. Saludos.
Yeah,
MG Trainet.
I got some partners inside my travel agency. That one is the main is MG Mundo Turístico. She's Mariela Lopez.
I think it's that.
She's one of my allies. My allies that working with me when I will make some quotation to the clients. Yes, and have a different travel agencies in Caracas and Los Teques, like Ancestral Tour. And we have some agencies in Maracaibo, Valencia, and one open right now in Madrid and Lima.
So the Venezuelan people that are watching this live, they can ask you for any kind of reservation, or they can make arrangement with you if they want.
Now it's not to this. It's not to the service because all the moving is for immigration between any countries. Okay. For now, we can only booking airfares to Europe. So for people that have the vaccination, okay, travel to Miami, or some people traveling inside South America, but the countries that are permitted. But any reservation, not from Caracas, even for any country. I can sell you an airfare from Tokyo to the United States. We can make some arrangements and you pay and you get your ticket.
Can you write down your social media of your travel agency so everybody can know about that, please? Can you send it to us so the people that are watching it right now and also the audience can know about your travel agency, please? Write it down so they can know about you and maybe they can ask for some booking. Let's see. We have another question while you are writing that. And is what is your favorite music? What is your favorite music?
I prefer. I love all the music, even pop or romantic music, but I like some rock. I'm very fan about rock, about Metallica, and Guns N' Roses. So I've been in 2 concerts of Metallica and 3 concerts of Guns N' Roses, one in Venezuela and 2 in the United States. Yeah, on the past, but I prefer the rock. But not all the people like rock, but I love rock.
But have you gone to a concert in Europe?
Sorry?
Or not? Have you gone to a concert in Europe?
A long time ago, when in 1990, I was in concert in the United Kingdom. But not in Wembley, another part in the north, in Manchester, about Robert Plant, Dire Straits, some joint groups that play in some rock. But in Europe, just being in United Kingdom, all the rest was in the United States and Venezuela.
I know that in Europe, we can find some tribute bands. Those are the bands that imitate other original bands. Have you know about that in Europe? Because I know that in the United Kingdom, they have a lot of tribute bands. So I don't know if you can tell us about that, about the tribute band. those are the bands that imitates the original. Like, for example, the Beatles. You have the Beatles, and then they have the tribute bands that imitate Beatles.
For the British, only for the modern way on this time, I like Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa is a singer dancer on top right now, on the top, because okay, the Beatles was in Liverpool, but the Beatles is not exist right now. But here in this moment, the best performance of any single person is Dua Lipa. Dua Lipa is a singer for 25 years old. She's very young, and she very got emotion of the people right now. This my preferred singer. She's not rock, but she's a pop. Is in the top chart in the moment. She got maybe I'll be there on a concert in the next October in London. That's well market for the calendar, but I don't know with this COVID situation if we'll do it or not. We don't know.
Yes, it's hard. Now, we have another question. It is, do you have any recommendation for people that are starting to learn English? Do you have any recommendation of how to speak English in a fast way? How do you learn, and what recommendations can you give to those people?
Yeah, the person that if they want to really get and fast the way to learn English is try to read the newspaper every day. Try to rejoin with people that have the same interest that start to learn English. Don't try to speak in Spanish. Try to get everything in English. Even you have a mistake, don't worry. If you are a mistake, you are learning. You have to be patient, read the newspaper, watch TV, watch TV that you can talk with someone else without fear. You have to talk with any person. If you don't understand, please, I start to learning English. Can you repeat again? Don't have a fear to talk with someone else because you are mistaken. Because in this life, we're mistaken all the time. And I recommend to any people get a lesson like Amankayhowto how to do it. Because you can, in this moment, you can do it by yourself, by a Zoom or WhatsApp web, or by this connection or like Instagram. Okay, you can have some classes with a good price access for everyone. You do it from Ecuador, but you can show to any person around the world. You have the connection because we have all the technology. All the technology, we get the person close.
Yes, it's true. Yeah, that's what I said. You know, the people are getting so scared to start speaking English, and they want to start speaking English, you know, as an American or maybe as an European, British English. And I said, don't worry about the accent because you're going to have your Latin accent. So you must worry that the people understand.
We'll never talk English as native because we don't born here in United Kingdom. But the important is that the person in the other side understand what you say and you understand what they say.
Of course.
If you communicate each other and you understand, even you go in the bus and you listen the other people talking about any story, you say, oh, I'm going to start English because I understand what they're talking about it, even in story. Yes. And that's why you understand, I start to understand in English because you have to think in English. You have to think in English to understand the language.
Yes, of course. Have you heard an American, for example, when they start speaking Spanish? I mean, they talk funny and they don't care. They just want you to understand them, and they just want to be understood. So they don't care. They just start speaking and you know what they are referring to. So it's almost the same, you know. The only thing is that you have to break that fear, that you have to start speaking and open your mouth and start getting out your words. Okay.
Yeah.
And practice, of course.
Yeah,
Practice is the key.
the main action is that you have to practice every day, hour by hour, with someone else, even in the street, in your job, in the social life, or you living with parents, or you living with relatives, or you're living with a landlord. Try to do your life by your own normally, by talking English, because we live in here in United Kingdom. For example, you have to learn in English, you have to talk with English, you have to work in English. Okay, we can talk in Spanish, but just a little bit when you feel necessary. But the main way, you have to learn English for your performance in your job, but your performance in your real life and your professional life.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So, one other thing, let's say somebody else have a question. Let's see, please try to make your question. It's time to give a lot of heart to Roberto. Please press the heart and give a lot of heart to Roberto. And if you have any question, please, it's time to make it right now. And there's another question here that we had and we collected during the week. And it was, what is your favorite musician? The first one was, what's your favorite music? And what is your favorite musician?
Well, I was told you my preferred musician right now is Dua Lipa here in United Kingdom.
Yes, you did. You say that. Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I like to listen Phil Collins, Genesis. They going to have another concert in September in London for Genesis. I expect to be there if the COVID situation let me stay there.
But how is the situation with the COVID-19 there? Because we know that they have, the people there have all the vaccine already. So I guess that you guys are going out with more freedom, correct?
Yeah, this is a 65 million population here in the United Kingdom. They release only maybe 10 or 7 million people to get the second dose of vaccine. For me right now, I have the first dose. I'm going to receive in 10 days the second dose, and they expect that in 21 June 21 they make all the vaccination for all the population in the United Kingdom. But they say they're going to stay with stay more lockdown. They expected to stay more long, not to the June 21, maybe for 1 month ahead. They got some restriction because it's a COVID variant from India, and they are worried about this infection could be raised more COVID sick people. They don't know how, because they're going to release the lockdown. The people rejoin. You see the people on the street, you see the people in the pubs, you see the people rejoin, and we will see in the next few months what's going on with this COVID situation. Maybe they call that they want to close again. This is a rumor, but we don't know. Maybe it affect our business, affect the travel information, affect the travel airfares, and all the systems are sick about you can go to like tourists for any place, but it's a problem for all around the world. So
it worries a lot of people around the world. I mean, it is so incredible how just a little thing like a virus can affect so many people and the economy around the world. Okay, very good. So we don't have any more question here. So let's see. I would like you, Roberto, to just give any message to your people, to your audience, to your friends and family, and say goodbye to everybody to this live. We are really impressed how a young man like you have get so many things, and also how you manage so many works, you know, your entrepreneurship, your personal work, your life. I mean, you can go around. So we are so impressed how you organize your life. But in this moment, Roberto, it's your time to say any message that you want to transmit to your family, friends, and also to your audience.
Okay. I'd like to thank to anyone that joined us on this live session. I see all my friends from the college. I see a Gabriela Duran and Gilberto Lopez, Francisco Angrisano. I see all the people from Mundo Turístico that joined to this live session. I see Maciel is the mom of the Genesis that she worked for me for Viajes No Horizonte in Colombia. All the people that was connected to this joint live session, thank you so much. We like to give you my Instagram is Viajes No Horizonte in Instagram, and my Instagram person is Roberto Diaz with S. It's not Diaz with C. Diaz that B of Bijo, for example.
That's good. Well,
And thank
Roberto,
you so much to you, and thank you to Amankayhowto. I express the best successful for you and for your company. I know it's a very good action because you training even young people, children, and young and adult people to learn English, and it's a very good action as a human being like you. Thank you so much for this joint session, for this chance to talk with someone else on the IG live. Thank you so much.
We love you so much, Roberto, and thanks so much for accepting my invitation. And I wish you the best success for you and your business. And continue like that. You are an example of the great, great, great Venezuelan around the world. So
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Have just a great weekend, and thank you for being here in this live.
Yeah, I talking in English because this session is about English. I'm not talking in Spanish, pero puedo terminar de decir que muchas gracias a ti para decirlo en español, y muchas gracias a la audiencia por haber asistido a esta sesión una vez más. Que tengan una feliz noche para todos y para ti también y tu esposo.
Gracias. Gracias a la audiencia por estar aquí.
Gracias a todos.
Okay, y sigan a Roberto y a su agencia de viajes.
Las cuales dejé anotadas en el live, ahí dejé la de Viajes No Horizontes y la mía en particular que ya también entregué. Muchas gracias.
Bye bye, Roberto. Bye. Thank you.
See you.